Hello everyone, it's Adamant MTG and I'm here to play Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we're going to showcase my current mono green list for laddering. I think you can take this particular list in best of 1 or best of 3. I've sort of pre-boarded or set it up, in my opinion, it looks like a decent best of 1 configuration right now. And then of course sideboarding you can adjust, and if you want to play best of 3 you can make changes as you see. So what I've done here, and let me go, I guess I'll do like a deep dive into the construction of the deck. It's based on Huey Jensen's Shell, the deck that he played in the Players Tour this past weekend. You can see the original deck if you like, and I'm just going to show you the changes I made and some of the decisions. So first off, we really only have as these will go over here, we really only have 4 1-drops, and then we have a bunch of cards that help boost the Pellet Collector up. So I think the Pellet Collector is a good choice to start off the sort of aggressiveness of the deck. Then we've got some removal in six removal spells, I guess, with Primal Might and Ram Through. And then we have 4 copies of the Ooze. We also have 4 copies of Gem Razor, which I think is really strong against a lot of different decks you'll see. So that to me seems like a natural 4 of. And then only playing 2 Lovestruck Beasts, but I think they're potentially really powerful, but sometimes I sideboard them out. However, against Reclamation, a 5/5 on turn 3 is pretty hard to deal with. The Druids are in the deck to ramp up all of my 4-drops. It's important to get, and even 5-drops, it's important to get the Druids out. I see so many people playing Druids when they're playing 3-drops, and the Druid doesn't really help 3-drops. So be aware of your mana ramp and what type of deck needs ramp. It's not just blindly throwing rampy cards in. The Druid has a very specific role in this deck, which is to get Questing Beast out. Also, Hexproof is pretty fun, and you can, get like a, if you need to mutate onto it, then you've got a Hexproof bigger creature. It's kind of cool. I'm playing 1 copy of Great Henge and 1 Elder Gargaroth, and that's sort of a, I guess it's a game 1 choice, but sometimes these are in the sideboard. To look at the sideboard, it's pretty self-explanatory, but just a quick reminder, when you're sideboarding, try to make it diverse enough to handle a wide variety of threats and things you expect to see. And I think my configuration seems decent. We get a little extra against, your Rakdos and Jund sacrifice, and also Reclamation potentially. And you've got a little bit of extra removal, some ways to protect your creature. I saw this in Huey's list and was a big fan of it, so I'm going to keep it in my sideboard. Harbinger is okay. I think it's got its place. But again, it's personal touch, and I think Adversary is good if you expect lots of green, which I don't know if I see a lot of green, but it's really a powerful tool against another Stompy deck. Of course, Ceratops is one of the cards that a lot of people like against blue. Can't be Teferied, and seems pretty fun. And another Great Henge, just in case. I don't know, didn't have a... I saw a lot of people playing 2 of them, so 1 main, 1 sideboard. All right, let's get in there and play some games. I'm currently at the bottom of the beginning of laddering, Platinum Tier 4. So let's start laddering right now. We're going to go to Traditional. And now you can, again, play this deck in best of 1. Should be fine. But I'm going to be playing best of 3 today. But by all means, start where you're comfortable. If sideboarding is something that you don't... A lot of people have a lot of hesitancy about jumping into best of 3. You do see a wider variety of decks, but you have the ability to sideboard too, so hopefully your deck will rise to the occasion. I think that the mono green deck, even though it didn't do well in the tournament necessarily, I think it has a lot of... Wow. All right, Shuffler, I think you like Scavenging Ooze and Land. Let's do it. I think the mono green deck has the ability to be good in a lot of different matchups. So laddering, especially in Platinum, can be very diverse, and you'll see a lot of different things. So I think a deck that can potentially outpace creature-based decks and can also bring in a lot of tools against control. I think is fine. They're facing Bant. And Teferi, our favoritist friend. They do want Teferi to live. They can shatter the sky here, so I'm going to be careful. That Teferi guy. Let's go ahead and try to hit him. I don't want to overextend into a board wipe. We're going to take Teferi out and just do this methodically. If they have another Brazen Borrower or a board wipe or something to stop. The Scourge that is Teferi has finally been dropped. So now we have to decide. Do we want to put more pressure? I think sure. We'll do it in the form of another ooze. We will eliminate their graveyard and pass the turn. Gives me all the oozes and all the questing beast. I guess that's good. And yet another Teferi. Imagine that. Imagine all the Teferis all the time. A world full of Teferis. See how many cards they have. Not enough to do anything interesting with, so we don't have to kill the Uro right now. Instead, we'll go in. Boy. Unexpected sneezies. I will attack with all. Take a nibble on Teferi as well. ECD here would be okay, no problem. We have more questing beasts coming. There's the ECD. It's amazing. How do I know these things? Because they always play the same good cards. Bant is basically just a pile of good stuff. Nothing wrong with that. The face again. Chomp on Teferi. Our favorite thing to do in the whole wide world. 2 Teferis down. They only have 2 more, and we will see them because that's how this game works. Another ECD seems appropriate. Since I'm seeing all my questing beasts and oozes, they might as well get all of their good spells too. Okay, now we can do stuff. We have to worry about what they retrieve. So this is the turn where we take their graveyard away. So nothing comes back from the ECDs. We'll do that one. And we'll do this one. And just cause I'm being greedy, do that. I'm not going to take my graveyard yet because I don't need to. So that's all I'm going to do. And the only reason to take their graveyard away is to make it harder for them to Uro when the time comes. Three cards in hand. One of them is a Teferi. Again, as I said, we'll see all of them. We will see all the Teferis. That's how Magic treats me. The card that I loathe the most will always show up. What is the saying? The New Age saying? Whatever you resist persists. Well, I resist Teferi, and he persists in my life to constantly punish me. Or at least make my day a little bit grayer. It's all his fault. Teferi the Time Raveler. Not that it really impacts green, but it's just a card that has so much of an impact on the game in such a negative way. You can leave your comments below whether or not you agree with me, but Teferi changes the decks that people can play viably, and that makes it a negative effect on the game instead of a positive effect. Cards should encourage more diverse deck building, not narrower choices. So when a game decides to make a card like that, yeah, but everyone has their opinions, and some people are like, oh, it's just a card, Planeswalker, how bad can it be? It's a 3, doesn't do much. Okay. Some people love it too. Some people like to play decks with Teferi in them. You'll see almost every deck I face will have Teferi in it. People love it. Big fans out there of Teferi, I'm sure. I'm not one of them. Do they have a double dispute here? No, just tying up my mana for no reason? Okay. I get it. We shall go for the face. Chomp Teferi. And take away Teferi. Because he is my nemesis. Blossom. Pretty cool. Narset to dig for a Shatter the Sky. Shatter this guy. How good are they? Top 4 cards, huh? Oh, the 4th Teferi. Unbelievable. Can you believe it? That's 4 of them. That's all of them. Every single Teferi in the first half of the deck. Well played, opponent. Way to showcase the way to showcase the best card in your deck by never not having it. So we attack. They have to block with the Krasis, in my opinion here. Guess they don't really have to, but they might. They should, wouldn't they? Borrower is about. I don't know why I did that way. That's okay, I guess. Maybe it wanted me to use my mana here, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to overextend at this point. Here we go. They didn't set it up with a Vantress, which I think is interesting. They could have picked their card and then drawn it. I don't know. Maybe the cards they have in their hand are good enough. They don't care. What is that last card? What could it be? We have a Trampler coming in. They only have 3 blockers. And those blockers will not kill the Elder Gargaroth. So let's see what happens. No cards in hand. So I push. What else can I do here? I guess if I put this out, do I want to draw a card, or do I want to do a beast creature token and try to end the game quicker, you know? I know they have the Blast Zone here, but that's fine. I want to make them use that Blast Zone if they... Okay. All right. So the Evantress, they get deeper. If they don't find the Sweeper, what are their options? They can't bounce anything yet. Soon they will. But I'll be winning the game before that. Okay, woo! They didn't find the cards they needed. So, against that with main deck Caskets, interesting. Pretty typical. We don't need that. These are all good. Ram through probably... I think those are not good enough. Do I want these in over the Lovestruck Beast? Maybe? All right, let's try this configuration. We're going to be not too worried about the Caskets, but maybe take an ECD out with the Wilt. I don't know. The Wilt isn't terrible. Something's missing. Could be land. Alright, so they kept their mana up so they could either draw cards or whatever. So we'll give them the ooze first because I want to hope to protect my Barkhide. I don't know. And Barkhide's fine, but you know, they have the gust anyways. I'm going to decline it. I'm going to draw the land. Or not. Let's try to draw the land again. Nice. Teferi next. No land. Oh boy. Magic. I'm recording you. This is going on YouTube. I don't think you want this to be how it all pans out, do you? Showcasing magic at its finest. Well, we're only 2 turns behind. How bad can that be against a control deck? How bad could it be? There we have it. Our very own 4th mana. So, this can't be blocked. Can be stopped though. Maybe they have another Aether Gust. Seems reasonable. Seems like something you would have in your deck. Let's fill up your hand. Once you don't have any cards, let's give you a couple cards and a 5/5 flyer. Feels about right. So, we Questing Beast. They probably don't block. Maybe they have an ECD in their hand. You know, so many things they could have. Let's do this. That way they'll target that ECD with the Questing Beast, and I'll get the Ceratops out. They block. Okay. Oh, they don't block. Interesting. Choices. They're going for it. That means they're going to do a board wipe. Clearly. Shatter the Sky after this comes in. Doesn't have reach? Wow. This card's terrible. If only it had reach. It'd be a playable card. Pretty strong. A lot of damage. Can't give it reach because we didn't have enough land. Thanks, Magic. I am impossible for me to win a game like that. Wow. That was rough. All right. We just have to draw better than that. Game 3. Playing first. I don't have to mulligan. Wow. Wow. Thanks. Opponent mulliganed one time. 2 times. Or is that the fine? No, that might be it. 6, 7. I think it's a double mulligan. Yep. They wanted to make sure they had all the Teferis and all the Aether Gusts, so. The reason we scoos now is because they have caskets. I want to protect my troll. So give them a bait or a target for their glass casket and see what they do. They don't have it because they don't have a white source. They could have an Aether Gust still. Still a thing. Debating the gust. Okay. Maybe they don't have it, or maybe they just don't care about a troll. Spiraling out of control. Back to me. Still no white sources. Feels pretty good. All the growth spirals, there's white source number 1. And look at the planes they need. Or not. I'm gonna have to push the pace here since they didn't drop the second white source and they seem to not care. I don't know if that means they have it and they're baiting me into dropping more creatures, but either way, putting them at 5 I think is the right move here. That's not it. That is not the answer to the Ceratops. Okay. We got him. It was a grueling match, but we did it. Yeah, that's a tough matchup, and it's, I don't know what to say. But we got there. We did it. Was my sideboarding perfect? Probably not. I guess you can go back and analyze the sideboard, and we can make, definitely have a conversation in the chat or in the comments below. I like the fact that we can all see the game with different eyes. So please leave your comments below about the sideboarding options, what you like, and there's nothing wrong. There's no right and wrong way. There are ways to play better Magic and make better decisions. There are always ways to improve your decision-making process, but everyone has a different, and it's not always results-based. You can sideboard really well and then still lose a game because you didn't have the right cards at the right time. However, in general, try to make your decisions based on good information and always be willing to listen to others when they have comments to say about, different ways of approaching a sideboard, different ways of approaching a different archetype. And I'm always willing to hear you out, so please let me know what you think. All right, we'll play one more for this particular video. I don't know how much, maybe people can skip ahead. We can play for a while on ladder. I don't really know. With YouTube content, people tend to, I guess we can show the deck off in a couple of different, matches to hopefully get a good variety of, play ideas and sideboarding, things like that. So we'll just go on until I'm tired of streaming it. Or I'm sorry, I'm not even streaming, I'm on YouTube. Sorry, I'm a streamer, so everything I do seems to be either interacting with chat or sort of talking through my plays. And that's new to me because I have no one to talk to on YouTube. I'm just talking to myself. But I guess, so it's harder for me to answer questions. But this looks like a decent start. Of course, we don't know what they're going to do. But I'm okay here. Let's see. Let's see what happens. It seems to be a more aggressive start than typical. And we have a breeding pool already. Could be flash. It could be anything. Breeding pool goes into almost every deck. But we will see growth spiral. Ooh, Paradise Druid. So this might be an old school flash deck. That's typically what they do. That's kind of cool. They won't block me typically, so I'm going to attack. Next turn we get to make both of our pellet collectors a little bit tougher and stronger. Okay. Paradise Druid, Triome, Cultivate. So they could be on like a 4-color teamer type thing. Wow. All right, collectors, get in there. A lot of consistency today in the shuffler. Get clumps of cards. You want to see all your pellet collectors? Here they are. Let's do 5. Why not, right? Why not? Here they come, the army of 3/3s. Like that. And a 4/4 shark. We'll gobble up one of them. They do have shark sleeves, so that was no surprise. More sharks? Indeed. More sharks, no blocks. Right into Ugin. Okay. More blockers. And we need a primal might right then. Right then. That's the block. Out of Ugin range. The ineffable. That's funny. Trample. All the things are going my way. Oh, but maybe not. Just when you thought you had a shot, they go to 5 life. And they have all the Uros. Ooh. Pretty spicy. Gotta take these out quickly. They have a lot of cards in hand. I can't imagine this is a win yet or ever, but let's find out what they do. Pretty impressive. Because we can wait, see what they pop. 5 cards. Wow. Got pretty lucky there. Two mana left. Okay, we're going to try to find... Trying to find a removal spell or something interesting. No, nothing interesting. Okay. You've got blockers, so this is not a win. So close, but they have an untap and a lot of cards in hand. Let's see what happens. I don't know if dropping this Druid is going to be anything special. Let's see. Trying to think of what all the things they can do to stop me. Putting a 3/3 on the board, does that make me win, or is it just... just a card that dies for no reason, so I don't know. Another ultimatum. Back-to-back ultimatums, wow. See how they do this time. Three mana up after the ultimatum, so they can still do a small amount of things. It's a pretty solid one. That was a good ultimatum. So, haste. Questing Beast is our answer. Stand corrected. Questing Beast is not good enough. A lot of Questing Beasts, but that's okay. Let me try to find a beast here. Oh, we can't. My bad. A triple Genesis Ultimatum. Wow. Seems good. Where are they hiding? Where are my questing beasts hiding, and why are they hiding? They are staying alive. Very angry at the Great Henge, apparently. Taking 3. Solid choice there. By nice, I mean, why? How could you? Okay, so they have a shark. Then this is what it is. No tramples, none of that matters. Heroic intervention. All right. That is pretty solid. Fortunately, I don't have trample, so they're just gonna block this. I guess I could go face and no, but they're gonna block it anyways. So heroic intervention. And there's the shark. Big attack. Questing beast. There's only 4 on the deck. I'm only almost halfway through. Makes sense. Team are good stuff. All the good cards. And a land. Okay. Boy, oh boy. Let's try games 2 and games 3. Planeswalkers, ramp, shark typhoons. I don't know. It's all the good stuff, really. Try these. Um, Genesis Ultimatum, huh? There we go, ramping into QB on turn 3. Attacking in the animation is pretty funny. Pretty interesting. Okay, game 3. Let's see here. I kind of like that the ram throughs are instants. Primal Might feels really strong, but I don't know. In this matchup with the sharks that they can drop out to block things, maybe the ram through is better. I also like the ram through with the death touch. But I like the 5 defense against their board wipe, so right. It feels like they're greedy, and maybe our speed is what we need to rely on. Maybe putting the pelt collectors in to get that early beatdown is more important than the strategy I'm taking. So make sure you analyze your sideboarding and are thoughtful to the matchups, because I'm kind of going through this process. I just figured the pelt collectors didn't seem to get very far, and I don't know. They definitely don't get through Grazer very easily until they're pumped. All right, so yeah, we just have to. Looks like we've got the mana we need to do all the things we need to do. We just have to get there. Ramping it up. Wow, there we go. Peak in the world. It's Nissa. I think I'm gonna ram it, actually. I could take 3 and then Primal Might. They're gonna block. Wow. We took 2 mana sources out of them. Of course, they have Nissa, so they've got lots of extra mana there. Storm's Wrath. Ooh, boy. That's a perfect card to have in that situation. Very well played. All right. Dump their hand, and that's it. They're ready to go. Back with everything. I can kill both their creatures. They have to block to keep Nissa alive. I think this is the play. We'll haste it. We'll try to take out Shaker of Worlds. They did it. They blocked everything. Committed to keep Nissa alive. Bit of a shark. We're going to assume they have all the best cards, right? Heroic Intervention. Solid. That is a land. Blockers up. Pretty good attack. Hello, Max. 3. Then I only have 1 mana left. Makes it a 4 defense. Which forces a block to keep Nissa alive. And drop down to 1/1. For all that's worth. They're down to 3 land. 5. Or rather 4 mana if you count Nissa's bonus, so they can get more if they tap it first and all that stuff, but like they're just trying to stay alive. Shark Typhoon, wow. They're doing a really good job drawing cards. Try to finish this game off. Alright, so we need blockers. Blue shark creature token. Okay. It has been an absolute chore trying to take out Nissa here. Trample. We attack with everything on Nissa. They can just... We can still put out blockers. I think that's our plan. We have one card in hand. It's a tough game. Gotta play it perfect. I don't know if this is it. The Nissa is gone. Now, if they have a bounce spell, maybe the Druid is the better move here. It won't matter because they just bounce the token and they win. So... we're going to keep the mana for reach on the Ceratops. Cycle. Looking for an answer, looking for that Brazen Borrower. Believe that's their out. We're still not winning the game right now, but we're holding them back. I guess that's all I can ask for at this point. Wow. That's it, right? That's game? Or maybe I'm at 1. Do I need removal or do I need this Lovestruck Beast? Wow. Great draws. Our opponent is making it difficult, which is what our opponent should do, right? They're going to do everything they can to stop us. They're coming in with everything. Okay. Block and block. No cards in hand. I draw a Lovestruck Beast. Okay, here we go. Are they going to draw an amazing card every single time? Or can I stop? Oh gosh, what a game. These games are grueling. Like, well played, opponent. Extinct, that was excellent. You stayed in that game and you played really well. I felt like I had to play absolutely perfectly, and any mistake was going to cost me the game. And I guess that's where you want to be, right? It's the highest level of Magic, where you challenge yourself and um, get a turtle. That's cool. That was exhausting. I think I'm going to end the video here. Those were two incredible games, and that my Max apparently needs some playtime. So we had two battles of the century to get a mere. We're not even one rank up, and I feel like it's the hardest ladder I've ever played in my life. So if you like this deck, we know the deck can beat Teamer, Wild Stuff Teamer, and some Bant action. So I guess that means it's hopefully a deck that you enjoy. I will be streaming the deck, no doubt. So if you want to see more gameplay with this particular deck, we can do that. And again, I appreciate your comments. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Tell your friends. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. And of course, suggestions and input on how I can grow the channel and improve would be great. And I would appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Be good to each other and be safe.